Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 2 of my Dragonyhm Let's Play. In the last episode we beat the 4 grunts that were terrorizing Dorgan Town, and now all of the houses have opened up for us to loot. So our main goal for the next few episodes is to gather enough dragon scales to open up the first dungeon, Bone Shackle Basin, which is located right here on the map. We've got a few things we need to take care of before we do that. The first is we'll be tackling our first challenge den for a dragon scale, and then heading up north to the mine. And then after that we'll be heading over to the forest for a few dragon scales as well. If you're watching this before any future episodes come out, my recommendation would be to not enter Bone Shackle Basin until you're at least level 20. The reason being there are level 25 enemies in there, and I think they max out at level 27. So I would grind up a bit before going in there. Alright, let's enter this house. And I believe this old man gives us our first side quest. Why, young Chris, how are you? Things aren't too cheery for Ava and I when those grunts stormed in. Our Quaxel, Mr. Wiggles, ran off scared. Would you keep an eye out? Bless you for driving those hooligans off. You did a really good thing for this town. By the way, do you remember our Quaxel, Mr. Wiggles? I can't seem to find him. Could you let me know if you see him? The Zanbala clan ransacking Dorgan Town, I reckon, isn't a coincidence that Curtis wasn't here when it happened. Thank you for driving them away instead. If you wish to find your father, you'll need some adventuring equipment. My cousin Troy the carpenter can help you with building a raft. His shop is on the east end of town. Good luck with your quest, lad. Give your dad my regards. So this is the inn. This is where you can stay to recover your health. I'm going to skip that for now. We'll probably just hit the shrine in our house on the way home. We have a chest up here, an HP potion. We're actually from Nadrog Town. We were just visiting initially, but we were met with a large boulder at the bridge when it came time to go home. I suppose he'll be staying here a while longer. I miss the Nadrog snow. So the boulder that she's referencing was the boulder that appeared out of the portal in the first episode, which is also blocking our way. With the Zanbala clan gone, the sun shines over Dorgan Town once again. I can play outside now that the bad men have left. So we speak to the carpenter here and he'll tell us what we need to build the raft. So my cousin sent you this way, did she? Well, I don't mind helping you out, as you've certainly helped us all. But there are materials I'll need to build a good raft. If you can bring me rope, nails, and wood, I'll get you a raft right quick. Not just any wood, mind you, the high quality stuff that grows in the Gonrad region. The wood I have on hand won't do for the quest you're on. I usually get my nails from the local blacksmith, but I'm low on those right now. You could try him. As for the rope, your guess is as good as mine, but I'm sure you'll manage to find some eventually. Best of luck. I hope those wicked brutes never return. You know one of them swiped my fresh-baked swiftberry pie? Burned his mouth on it too. Serves him right. Hello, Chris. Nana's inside. She'd like to see you. Thank you, Chris, for helping out the town. If you're looking for your father, I'd suggest visiting the White Witches of Conrad Forest. They and your father go way back. They may be able to guide you. Chest in here, HP potion. Talk to this guy. Once again, Chris, thank you. You truly are... Boy, I'll attest to your deed next time I see him. Large HP potion in there. Blast, one of those grunts made off with my last scalium nuggets. Just what did he think he could even do with it? Could at least steal something more worthwhile. 'Tis a forge after all. What's that, youngin'? You're here for nails? Sorry, can't help you. Hold on. You're the one who was knocking those grunts onto their rears earlier, aren't you? Right. You're the hero's boy. Tell you what, you look like you could handle a place like Ragan's mine. There's a big scalium ore deposit way in there, right at the back. If you can retrieve some scalium ore for me, I'll make the nails for you for free. And if you see any Zambala grunts, give him the boot for me. Papa has books about hidden treasures in Arkand. He read to me about little dragon statues that someone hid around the kingdom. The pictures were really pretty. People are scared of the dragons, but I think Papa is a fan. He'd probably turn tail if he met one, though. So here we have our first Quaxel. There are quite a few Quaxels around the game that your goal is to pet them all, and you'll unlock special collectible. So here's the first one. The Quaxel seems grateful. This guy we can't get to until we get our raft. Good on you, Chris, for taking down those thugs down. Though something tells me this isn't the last we'll see of them. Say, have you come across any challenge dens? They're hidden inlets that each house some kind of challenge. I wonder who constructed them. I know I'll certainly be on the lookout for suspicious landmarks. Going forward, lest I let a challenge den pass me by unnoticed. Chris, how have you been? I hear that you've escorted the Zambala clan out of town. Between Curtis and training and Helena's hearty cooking, I can't say that I'm all too surprised by how strong you've become. Over here is a shop where you can buy additional potions and consumables. For now, I will pass. It's people in town saying that as it's could that really be true? Oh, Eric, we need to come to such a naturally smart on top of the relationship. Wow, I had no idea saying that's true. Shall we bring this knowledge forth to the town people? Yeah, why not at all? Eric, for this, what kind of mind is interesting? He's at the top of the myself. What will happen now? These guys are yapping. Alright, so now we'll be doing our first challenge den. Way to go, Chris. You scared off those Zambala goons. I watched it all happen from behind the fence. I'm looking for treasure under these rocks, but they're a little too heavy for me to push. Why don't you give it a go? Push this rock down, go over here and get our hidden 10 coins. Next thing we want to do is push this rock off of this cliff here. And we'll push this onto the button. Next we'll come over here and activate this, push the rock on top of the other rock, and we have our second dragon scale. Alright, now we'll stop by at the house, recover our health at the shrine. And now we'll head to the mine. The ancient altar reacted to the presence of the dragon scales. With this, a sense of connection with the altar has emerged. So now we have unlocked our first fast travel point. And you can activate this just by going to the map and clicking on the sparkling area, warp to Mount Ragan. Alright. Apologies, young one. It's not safe to enter the mine right now. There's been a serious increase in monster activity. I'm here to ward off those who might enter. Oh, you drove out the Zambala clan out of Dragonyhm? And this is all for the sake of finding Curtis? Well, it seems like you know how to fend for yourself. I'll let you through, but please take great caution. And so the nice thing about dungeons is we always have a shrine we can come back to heal. I will use it pretty frequently. Once I get down to about a third health, just come back, heal up, and then go back through. So now we have our first undead enemies, and don't know any magic yet. Continue to use our spear barrage. I don't remember what level you first learn your first spell, Soul Shot. I believe it's pretty soon, if not the next level. Also, one thing to note is that enemies respawn anytime you enter an area, so as we progress further into the cave, these enemies will respawn. Just something to be aware of. It's pretty easy to avoid their attacks and just move around them like that. So in the chest here we have some protective balm, and we have our hidden 10 coins in the corner right here. At the moment, I'm likely going to be fighting every single enemy. Like I said, we want to grind up to about level 20 before entering that first dungeon. This guy's being annoying and increasing his defense. Some attacks that we get later will actually be able to weaken defense, but for now, we just have to deal with it and power through it. So I'm going to rest up, recover my health, much better than using any potions. And in this chest we have a heart-shorn salt. It's consumable, I believe, to cure a specific status effect. I don't remember off the top of my head which one it is. These guys are pretty simple to avoid as well if we want to, but again, I'll be fighting this guy just to get the XP. So once we level up and get our first spell, Soul Shot, that would be my preferred attack here. If I remember correctly, these guys take a little bit more damage from Soul Shot than they do from Spear Barrage. Learned a new spell, Soul Shot. Gonna go back to the shrine and recover my health. And then I'll just run back through these mobs. Just narrowly avoided that guy. I didn't know they actually wouldn't path around this. That's funny. Alright, so let's use Soul Shot on these guys. Yeah, 33 as opposed to 22, I think it was taken from Spear Barrage. So I could have actually saved Magic Point there and used Soul Barrage, but oh well. Go ahead and loot this chest, find a large HP potion. These arrows are similar if you've ever played Pokemon. In the gyms, they have those arrows that kind of send you in a specific direction, and you're unable to change that direction unless you stop or land on another arrow facing a different way. So what we want to do here is, because the arrow south of me and the arrow to the west of me don't really do anything, we just want to take this one up here, fight this guy, use Soul Shot on him, and then another Soul Shot. And we got lucky, he missed there, so we'll have around 2/3 of our health going into the next fight, which is pretty nice. We probably won't need a pot. So over here, there's a crumbled wall. This is actually for a later dungeon. We won't be able to open that up yet until we get the dynamite. So we'll just continue forward. Over here, you can completely avoid this zombie if you want. It's one of those player traps if you hit the wrong arrows. We will probably get him just for the XP, like I said, but to actually move forward here, what we want to do is get over to the right here. Fight this guy. One thing I wish about leveling up in this game is I wish it restored some of your HP, but unfortunately it doesn't. So flip that switch, and then the arrow over on the left you saw there just got activated. It was previously in an unactivated state, and that will be permanently activated from now on. fight this guy. Oh, I should have potted before. Oh well. You can always pot in the middle of a fight if I actually get low. So that only did 23. That's right. I think that the dead man take more damage from like physical attacks versus the demons take more damage from magic attacks. Let me confirm that. Yeah, 25 versus 23. Not a crazy difference, but a difference nonetheless. So at this point, rather than using another pot, I'll probably just go all the way back, use the organ to another fight. Do I take a chance and flee here? Couldn't get away. This might take me out here. Yep. So one thing about dying in this game is you don't really lose anything. Just your progress in a dungeon, I guess, so to speak. But when we go back in, we won't have to activate that switch again to activate the arrow. So we can just move past all of these guys. Oh, I forgot. I can't go this way. I have to go around. Yeah, these guys are pretty annoying. Didn't mean to hit that arrow, but at least I avoided that guy. Alright. So now we want to use this one and then move on to the next area. So up here, I'm going to have to figure out this puzzle again because I didn't write down. Alright, so if I remember correctly, we need a rock on this button, which activates this arrow, and then we also want to send a rock on that arrow flying into the wall. Let me see if I remember how to do this. So we're going to want to do this one. That activates... What did that activate? Maybe one of these arrows down here. So next we're going to want to push this one up, push this one over, push it up, and then to the left. That way it should land on that button, activating that arrow. And then we need to get this one. Over here, then this way twice, and down, and then over And that should make it land right in front of the arrow, yep, that we need to send it on. And we can send it on that arrow and smash the wall. And then here we found the scalium ore. Alright, so that is going to do it for episode number 2. Hope you all enjoyed, and stay tuned for the remaining episodes.